Hi Aries, welcome back. Guys, I made a mistake and I'm gonna show you this card so y'all can look at it. Um yes, I made a mistake. I thought I had money in the bank and it turns out I don't have money in the bank. And the thing is I have a bus ride that is supposed to be picking me up tomorrow to take me to Walmart. I live really far outside of a small town that has like 2,000 people. So in order for me to get a bus to come out here, I actually have to schedule it like 2 weeks in advance. And if you don't know, my truck, my truck died on me about a year ago. So I've been relying on the bus. I don't live in an area where the bus runs on a schedule. So because of that, I have to actually schedule it 2 weeks out. I messed up. I didn't realize that I had subscriptions going through my account. And Stars is one of them. They took out $49 and some change. Um, and that one was supposed to. I was on a special that they had. I was supposed to only be paying like $1.50 a month or something, but apparently my my period ended, and now they're charging me full price. So I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. And then there's some other ones too. I have gone in. Me and my daughter have been canceling everything. We're canceling everything. I told her just cancel everything because I cannot have this happen again. The problem is that tomorrow I have a bus ride tomorrow, and I need to come up with at least 200 so I can get groceries to last us until the next time I could take a bus ride out to Walmart or Kroger's, or in that it's a bigger town that lives, it's a bigger town that I have to go to. Not in town, but I have to go to a bigger town which is further out. Um so what I'm wanting to do is I was planning to is that to for anybody who will donate $25, I will go ahead and give you a personal reading. And the reason why I'm saying donate is because well, there is a religious group that is going around that is attacking tarot readers. And what they do is they, like, 10 of them will jump up and be like, yes, we want personal readings. And then after the reader does all these readings and does all that work, spends all that time, because I know that when you see a video, you think, oh, it's only a 20-minute video and it only takes 20 minutes to make that video. That's not true. It's a lot longer than that. By the time you put a thumbnail on it, put the tags on it, by the time you upload it, and sometimes it takes hours to upload, and it's a lot of work. And plus, too, the money that it costs for data and all that to upload it, and so. And what they were doing is they were going back and saying, "Oh, no, no, we don't want the reading now. We didn't see it. We don't want it." And then the reader has was paying them back, which they shouldn't have done because they were getting scammed. I've been trying to figure out how they did it. Like, how are they doing it? Because some readers do it. Like, if you don't see the reading, then they will pay. They'll give you back your money, right? But that's not fair because one, they're out money that they had to pay to download the reading. Two, they're out all that time and energy that they had to put into the reading. So it's really unfair to the reader, right? And I've heard a lot of readers are going to this. This is why I try to stay away from, doing, well, that's one of the reasons why I try to stay away from doing personal readings, because I know there's a lot of scammers on here. And this religious group, I don't know why they're doing this, because for the likes of me, I cannot find anything in the Bible that says go out and harass people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot find it anywhere that, Jesus never said, hey, go out and be an ass to my people. Or like, just go out there and, if you don't understand something or somebody's doing something that you can't comprehend, then just go out there and harass them. Jesus never said that. So I don't know why these people feel like they have a right to do this, and then they try to use it as in the name of God and stuff like that. But So that's what I was planning to do. I'm hoping to get the money by tomorrow. The bus is coming tomorrow. If I don't get on the bus tomorrow, if I don't get the groceries tomorrow, it will be another 2 weeks before I can get any groceries, which is going to put me in a really bad situation. This is why I was wanting to do it this way. I don't want to ask people for donations because I feel like it's degrading. That's why in my videos, whenever I say like, I'll say like all donations are appreciated, right? I'll say something like that, but I don't want to ask for donations. You know what I'm saying? Because it's degrading. You know what I mean? So I'm not asking for donations, but what I am trying to do is I will do a personal reading for you. Now, if you would like to just donate, then I will accept it at this point because I literally have no choice. But I don't want to do that without giving something back. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. It's a very uncomfortable situation to be in, but I literally have no other way of getting groceries for the next 2 weeks, and I am totally out of dog food. I'm totally out of cat food. Well, I think I have like maybe a couple more days of cat food. Um, but I am completely out of a lot of stuff. I don't see us making it for 2 weeks without groceries. Um, I can get by on 200 for all of us. You know, like I could get by on 200. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to do it this way. So I have my daughter went on and she made a an email address. So if you would donate $25 and it's a donation, that means it's unrefundable. So I don't get scammed. So I don't have people saying, "Well, I didn't see it. I want my money back." No, you're not getting your money back. Okay? This is a scam no zone. Okay? This is no scamming. Okay? Scammers no scamming here, right? My Cash App is money sign Ninja Tarot, all one word, capital N for Ninja, and it's 7777. There's four sevens. My email is Ninja Tarot personal readings, and then 7727 at yahoo.com. All one word. The only word that's capitalized is the N for Ninja. Okay, so you could, if you would like to donate and you would like a personal reading, that's where you would send your questions. I'm not going to do any health questions, okay? No health questions. And I'm not going to do any is he cheating on me readings because I did that in the past, a long, long time ago. And the woman actually went out and caught her husband cheating. And when he was like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" and he confronted her, and then she was like, "Well, the tarot reader told me about you." And the next thing I know, he was coming to my house, my apartment. I had to load up my two daughters. I was a single mom. Load up my two daughters, and I had to move like that night. I got out of there because this man was. He's acting like I destroyed his life. I didn't destroy his life. He destroyed his own life, but he didn't want to take responsibility for what he did. So he had to take out his anger on me. You know what I'm saying? This happened back in like 2002, I think it was. Yeah, that's why I don't do those anymore. But if I do see something like on your reading that it says, somebody's cheating you or somebody's being deceptive, I will tell you. But I'm not going to do like, if you ask me, is he cheating or is she cheating? I'm not going to do that one, okay? Because I'm trying to stay alive. I'm trying to stay alive, guys, okay? So any donations would be appreciated. Um, if you would like a personal reading, there it is. This is non-refundable, guys, okay? If you are inclined to loan me the money, which I am open to also, if you're inclined to loan me the money within 2 weeks, I will be able to pay you back. Okay, but just let me know when you send it. Just put down at the bottom it's a loan, and then I'll know that I need to schedule that into my schedule and into my monthly budget. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a loan, I don't mind. I don't mind paying you back. Okay, so just be aware of that, and that's my information. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now I did receive some questions here. that I let y'all know in the last reading, or the reading before, I believe, where I said, if y'all have any questions, let me know and I will answer you. So the first question I'm getting is from Be Your Own Force of Nature. Guys, if you don't know, she has her own YouTube channel. So do check her out. She is an Aries, so we do want to support each other, right? So that's a good one to go for. If you want to go check her out, she does like she does more of it's slipping my mind, more like motivational type stuff, like to uplift your spirit kind of thing that she does on her channel. Now, her question is, how do I disconnect from my ex with when we have children with each other? Okay, that's the question on the table here. So the question is for her, and I'm going to go ahead and continue into a reading, guys, if you are not interested in this. And this is going to be her answers to her question. And let's go ahead and get into that. After this one, I'm going to be doing Zion's Gaming, and her question was more. It's actually more serious. It's about somebody who took some pictures and videos of her, and she wants to find out, did that person do that? Okay. Now we have Judgment as the first card. Her, just so you know, Be Your Own Force of Nature. Her name is Teresa. Okay, so Teresa, this is your reading. So, it says, how do I disconnect from my ex with children involved? It says Judgment. Judgment is the first card for you. So the overall thing is that the overall message in the whole thing is that you are already aware of this. Like, you are already, you know the answer to this already before I'm even saying it. So at least that's what this is saying. Or you already have an idea of how to do this. Okay, yourself, basically. And if you don't know, like if you don't know, if you're like, Ninja, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, don't worry about that. Then that's not for you. Okay. Basically, what it's saying is, like, right now is the time for you to make a decision. Okay. Maybe you have a feeling of what to do, but you're just not very clear. Could be. Okay. But it does say that there's a decision that you need to make here. Okay. And then it's followed by the Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse is more about strengthening something. It's about becoming stronger after something has been broken, right? And then it follows with the Three of Swords. So that's about healing, letting go, more of that kind of energy. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is about not really taking action. So it makes me feel like the best thing to do is just not to interact with them. And because we have the following card right here, which is the Queen of Coins, which I feel represents you. You're in the house. You are in your power. You have control of your environment. So with this right here, it's more like you have more control over your environment than you realize, right? Now it's followed by the Five of Swords here, and it's also followed by the Ten of Wands. This could mean, like, well, if you look here, she's like looking back, right? So the way she's looking back is like there's something back in the past, something that you hate, but you're aware of it, and that might be why I first said that, like, something, right? Or you are aware of something. Well, it could be because you just hate something that person did, or you just hate that person. Okay. Now I do feel like with the Ten of Wands coming out, with the Five of Swords energy, there might be some kind of conflict here about you having to take on more responsibility. So does that mean, like, if you disconnect from this person who you have children with, are you ready to take on that extra responsibility? Because that means, like, you're going to end up standing by yourself. So when something happens and you break communication from that person, well, that means you're going to have to be strong enough to handle things alone, which could be like financially, which this kind of indicates, right? So, like, taking full 100% financial responsibility. I will use myself as an example. I have my daughter with me. I never ask her dad for anything. I don't talk to him at all. So I have no communication with him at all. That means anything I have to do for her, her medical bills, anything like that, I have to take it on 100% by myself. But for me, it's just better for me to do it this way than to have to deal with him. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. So that's the point here is, are you ready to do that? Because kind of, to tell you the truth, from what I'm seeing here, you're not really ready to do that. It's a really tough road to go through. We'll see, because we have the Temperance in reverse, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Page of Cups. So it's kind of like financially, you're not in a position. It's saying like financially, you're not in a position to be able to cut this person out of your life. I hate to say it, but it's kind of like you're really stuck. Unless you're willing to financially. Now, if your child is financially independent and there is no need for you to speak to this person, then it's being suggested that you go ahead and cut this off. But it does indicate like you do need to go ahead and finish a cycle here, complete a cycle, end a cycle, or a cycle has already been ended. Okay? You have more control over yourself, and especially with your words and what you bring to the table. Like, you have more power. So for instance, like with communicating, right? You have power over that. You have power when the conversation starts, what is being said in the conversation, and then when that conversation ends, right? So, in other words, the only power that you really have is your own actions, okay? And what you are willing to sacrifice and basically become a single parent. I've been a single parent for years, so I've had years and years personally as experience. But if you don't, and then all of a sudden you're having to do things completely on your own, it can be it could be a shock. It could be really hard, you know. Um, but Teresa, that's what I have for you here. Um, I hope I answered your question. I hope I answered your question the best way I can. Let me see if there's any verifying that I can do to give you any more depth in that, especially with this Queen of Swords coming out. According to what I see though, I do feel strongly that you don't have the finances to cut this person, excuse me, out of your life. Okay? Five of Wands is coming out. Your children might actually end up being upset with you if you did cut that person completely out. So, at least that's what it looks like with the Five of Wands coming out. Like, if you were to completely stop talking to that person and not have nothing to do with them, it does look like there's going to be, could be like a sign of of conflict, but also competition. So, by whom, I don't know, but there could be like competition to who's gonna have more access to your children or spend more time with your children, something like that, right? And it could be a third party, right? Okay. It does look like things have been happening around you where you're not getting your way, unfortunately. You do have the Strength card here coming out, so I do feel very strongly that for you personally, you know, you might be holding on to some hostility, right? But doesn't answer your question. You might be holding on to some form of hostility, but with the Strength coming out, I feel like you're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit to or credit for, okay? In other words, whichever way that you make up your mind, if you're willing to go at this completely alone and completely cut yourself off from that parent, then you actually are more stronger than you think you are, and you are able to do that. But it's going to be a struggle, okay? That means, like, if your child gets in the hospital, I just recently received a ambulance bill for my daughter, and it's over 5,000. I need to come up with to pay them because I don't have health insurance for her. But yeah, it's a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I hope that I answered your question, Teresa. I have Zion's Gaming. She says, has a Gemini sent her personal pictures on the black web? Okay, so Spirit, show me Zion's Gaming. Show me her energy. And did this person actually send her personal pictures out? I was asking. Well, I was hoping for a yes or no question, but that's not what I am getting. Okay. So Zion's, according to this, now guys, remember you have to use your own discernment, okay? Because I don't have your birthdays. I don't know when you were born. This is not, you know what I mean? I'm just throwing out what we have right here, okay? Because I don't have any personal information on you. Teresa, I do know your name. I know that much, but I don't know when your birthday is, so I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. Okay, so we do have the Queen of Wands in reverse, so it makes me feel like no action has been taken. Okay, it does make me feel like nothing really has happened just yet. We have the King of Coins coming out, so this person might be trying to or trying to figure out a way that they can make money, right? But it might not necessarily be on the black web, okay? We do have the Two of Wands coming out, so your person could very well be in this mindset of planning and thinking, like, how can they financially benefit from those photos or those specific videos, right? It does look like this person is weighing out the pros and cons, and you know what I mean, like they're anticipating, like if they go down this road, what kind of backlash are they going to receive, you know what I mean, something like that. That's what I'm getting here. Like they're looking down the road and they're like, okay, if I do this with this these pictures, if I do that, you know, they're trying to really monetize here as much as they can because they're coming out with this energy of wanting more money, right? I mean, that's what I'm getting from that. But I'm also getting that this person is definitely upset with you, and it does look like with the magician card coming out, they might have just given you the illusion that they were going to do something. It's more like because they're upset with you and they want you to be upset too. So from what I'm getting from this, it's more like this person is creating an illusion, right? Because we also have the hangman, so that's like somebody who's hanging back and not really doing anything. So it makes me feel like this person just wants you to have this idea that they actually did something just to like get a rise out of you because they want you to be upset. Yes, that's what I'm getting. So they might have said something to you or gave you an impression or made a remark that makes them sound like they're going to do something. But of course, use your own discernment because I'm only reading what this person's energy is as of right now. This doesn't mean that tomorrow they're not going to do it. You see what I'm saying? Because this person is coming out with this energy. Now, don't get me wrong, this person is also in this energy as well, which means this person is a jerk. They have it in them to do it. Okay? Like, they have it in them to be a real ASS. You know what I'm going to say, right? So, yes, they have it in them. They have a mean streak in them. Okay? So, that's why I'm telling you. Right now, it doesn't show that they did. I would say no. It's more of an illusion. But tomorrow, who knows? Right? So don't take any actions until you verify and you know for sure 100%. Now, I did see, if I remember right, you did say something that you know somebody that works like in some kind of organization that can look it up for you. I would highly suggest that you do a facial recognition thing because they could do that and see if there is anything on there, you know. But as of right now, it's not. If there is something from you, it's not coming from this person. But that doesn't mean that this person hasn't given them to somebody else to put up for you. You get what I'm saying? Which could very well happen. Okay. Now, I do feel like this person is after money. Okay. So this person is definitely going to do what they can to make sure that they're getting money, they're getting paid. Okay. In other words, they're coming out in this reading as somebody who would willingly make money. Okay. Any way that they can. And this is what I have for you. Now, I also had, I hope I answered your question, Zions. Okay. That's the best I'm going to be able to do without having everything else that I need to give you a reading. Now, I also received another question from Empress Aries 4529, who's asking for a work or career reading. I will be doing that one, but I'm going to do it as a separate video, okay? Because it sounds like it's going to be something deeper. So it's going to make, it's going to end up being a video of its own. I also received a request from EC 7678 who said, "Can you do more readings of how, what are their intentions? How do they feel about you?" Which I will. I'll go ahead and start doing more of those. And I think those will probably more likely be like a second reading of the day type of thing. And so just so y'all know, I did receive your request and I will be working on those. Now, if there's anybody else has any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comments. And I don't mind doing these as second day, like a second video of the day kind of readings, which is fine with me. It's cool with me. But anyways, guys, if you are able to help me out, I would appreciate it. Um, yeah, if you could help me out, I would appreciate it. I need to come up with this by tomorrow morning, actually. So I'm kind of like on a tight budget. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but if you can, I'd appreciate it. Catch me in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Y'all take care. Bye bye.